Hello everyone and welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're going to be taking a look at a limited edition from Victorinox, and this is one from the Alox Colour of the Year sort of line. This one is from 2021 and it is in the Tiger Orange. This is the standard sort of limited edition box they've gone with very recently. I know some of the newer ones excuse me, have the recycled corrugated card in, and some of the older ones are like the lid style boxes, but this is the one for the period. So you got Pioneer X, 0.8231.L, and then 21 for being the year 21. So you have some information on the back here, where it was made, contact details, etc, stuff like that. Sort of pull this little sleeve off, and then inside the box you have this little note from Victorinox telling you about what models they've released, the process of how the Alox is done. So it's punched from aluminium, embossed and then anodized in a process stage, and that's what it's called, Alox. Adds a protective layer, which of course is the orange, but that can come off with use, so obviously depends on how you use your knife. But very nice style packaging from them, from their limited edition. Just a little bit nice extra touch. Pop that to one side. So here it is, the 2021 Tiger Orange Pioneer X. Now, I've never really been one to collect the sort of Victorinox of the year, so like the Chinese New Year ones, or the ones that are dated of the year. I've never really been that interested, but the Pioneer X is by far my favourite Alox model. So since they started doing these in 21, I really wanted to make it. I really wanted to collect all the ones that are especially for the Pioneer X anyway. So this is the 2021, and they've done a 22, 23, and 24 is the latest one, obviously for this year. And it seems to be bright colour, sort of dull colour, bright colour, dull colour. When I mean dull, I don't mean horrible. I mean, so 21 is obviously this tiger orange, and you got 22 is like a silver, 23 is like an electric yellow, and then 24 is that terra brown, which sort of got mixed reviews. Personally, I love the 2024. But let's take a look through the tool set. So it's Alox, it's 3 layers. So you have the 2021 engraved on the back on the little nameplate. We do have nickel silver pins holding this all together. We have the wonderful stamped Victorinox shield. Of course, as it's Alox, it's the same colour as the scales. These wonderful stamped scales with these sort of like squared pyramid design adds nice grip to it. As it's Alox, no back tools at all, so it's nice, smooth, comfortable in the hand. The only sort of tool we have on the exterior really is the keyring tab. No toothpick or tweezers. Front layer then, we have the can opener or the tin opener, the smaller flathead screwdriver on the very end. Left hand side of the tool then, we have the cap lifter with the wire stripper / bender and the large flathead screwdriver, and of course that's on a half stop to allow you extra torque in this position. Nice action on that. Classic Victorinox finish, that sort of tumbled, polished look. Nice little nail nick on there. Now, this is the only one of the tools I probably use as a pry, but bear in mind it is only pinned on aluminium covers, so it could sort of create play, and that's something you don't really want in any of your tools. But as long as you put enough pressure on there and you're careful, you could pry a little bit with that without a problem. Next layer then we have is the scissors, which is what differentiates this from just the standard Pioneer. And I think this elevates the Pioneer to pretty much god tier in terms of Swiss Army knives. See, wonderful scissors, the same leaf spring design as you would get on all the other models with scissors. Nice action. We have a main blade on there as well. You can see this is slightly larger than the 91mm, with this Alox being a 93. Let's take a look at some lengths of this. So close length of 93mm, we are looking at 3.6 inches thereabouts. Yeah, 3.6. And then the blade, we have a total tip to tang of 2.75 thereabouts, and right about a 2.5 inch cutting length. So very UK legal, nothing we're going to have to worry about with carrying this. But standard Victorinox finish on there. nice edge as you'd expect from Victorinox. They do a fantastic job with their grind. I've never had an issue with any of these coming sharp. Really nice action. It's about a 6 pull till you get to about here. It gets into about a 7 for the snap into the open position. We have the more modern tang stamp, which is Victorinox, Swiss made and stainless. And then on the back, we have the inline punch as opposed to a pen blade, which you would get on a 91. You can see the edge on there, the very nice point at the end, and this is perfect for piloting holes for any sort of wood you're going to be drilling, or punching a hole in leather for your belt. That sort of stuff is great. I often use mine as well, sort of if I'm clearing any sort of gunk out of my nails, things like that, or I'm quite... Recently I've been doing a lot of work around the house and stuff, so anything that needs to be scraped up, I've been pretty much been using these, and they've been fantastic for it, especially if you put it in your left hand and you can get that flat edge really close down to the surface. No half stop on that, that's just a nice cam tang. And then you see this lip on the outside here rests on the scale just in there, making it easy to get out. It creates this sort of like like a nail nick, more like a nail pull. But yeah, 93mm close. By far my favourite Alox sort of model they've produced so far. Definitely my favourite of the ones that are actually in production still. I know the Alox range, there's not a huge lot of them around still. They seem to sort of come and go in sort of dribs and drabs. But for me, this makes the Pioneer even better than it already is. Just a fantastic sort of selection of the 93mm colours, I should say, for the year. Again, this is the 2021 Tiger Orange. Just have a look at all the tools. We get them all out at once. So just a big fan of the versatility of this knife, to be honest. It's got a lot of tools on it for only being a 3-layer. Obviously not as many as a 91 3-layer, because you eventually, awfully, you're missing out on the toothpick and the tweezers, the corkscrew, and maybe the hook on the back. But for the comfort of these, certain days I prefer to carry an Alox, as I'm not going to need like the corkscrew or the hook on the back. And with it being smooth on the back, I'm not saying the 91s are uncomfortable, but the 93s are definitely a bit more comfortable in hand, and are definitely a bit more of a heavy use knife. They do have a slightly thicker blade stock on there as well. Well, there we go, guys. That's my review of the 2021 Pioneer X in the Tiger Orange. This is a limited edition. You can still pick some of these up on the secondary market. I believe there's a couple of websites out there that still have these. Messer & Co. The German website, I believe, still has some of these left. But I really hope you enjoyed this. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.